Okay, so this is the face shield exercise 28 on page 247 of section 7. So open up the power face shield, and we're going to create an axis as the intersection of the front and the right plane. So we've got the front plane and the right plane here. So look at that. We're going to create an axis between those two. If I pop up the reference geometry, we've got a little option here to select axis. I'm just deselecting that plane that was selected there, by the way. So just click outside there. So axis, and it's looking for one line, edge, axis. So there's a number of ways you can create this axis, 2 points of vertices or whatever. We're going to use the 2 planes option. So I'm selecting my front, isn't it, and my right plane. Just make sure I get that. And you can see the axis there already created. Click OK. And I've got an axis created on that front plane. So that's at point 2. So point 3 then, the panel. We're going to create a new plane at an angle of 20 degrees from the front and about the axis 1. So a new plane. So from the front plane and about the axis. You see it there. And if I click on the little angle here, so you can see there as I kind of increase, decrease it. So I'm going to pop in 20 degrees here, isn't it? And click OK to that. And trace that. And I'm going to do one then, similar procedure in the opposite direction. So it's again, create a new work plane. It's front, wasn't it? Front and the axis. I think I've kind of too many selected there. I need to deselect that. Try that again. So here we go. So it's the front plane and the axis again. That's me. Angle. If I flip the direction 20 degrees and click OK to that. And if you look, we can kind of pull those to resize them. So it kind of looked like I was kind of slightly off there. We pull those to resize them if you like. Just with those little kind of grips there, you can see that on the end. Oops. There we go. So you can resize them. Okay. So that's those two on that. So we're going to do cuts with planes on the next one. So plane 1. So well, plane 1 was, I think I have them the opposite way around on the actual book. Doesn't really matter. We're going to cut both of them anyway. So doing a cut with surface, we're going to cut with plane, isn't it? So, yeah. So cut with surface, and say that becomes my cutting surface, and that cuts that way, and then do cut with surface again. It's my cut with surface, and the direction of the cut here I didn't mention on the first one is that way, and that cuts my visor, and I've got that kind of cut. So really only reason I think we created those planes 1 and 2 was to use them to kind of cut through that visor at that stage. Okay, so offset plane and axis. So what have we got to do next? So create plane 3 as an offset from the top. Use front and plane 3 to create axis 2. Okay, so 3 is offset from the top. So we've got a plane to create offset from this top, and it's offset a distance of 5.5. And just flip the direction so it's down there. So that's my offset. So it's I picked the top. I'm not sure it's the top. I think it might be the top plane. I'm not sure that's the same thing. I'm just going to change that just in case it isn't. I'm going to delete that face. I'm going to select the top plane, just in case. I think it's the same thing. It is, but just in case it wasn't, I just kind of changed it. So the top plane. So you can see even at that stage you can kind of change things around should you wish to. So click OK on that, and that's that plane. Now we're going to create an axis using the front and my plane 3. So we got a front plane here, and we can actually turn him on just for a second just to kind of keep him visible. And I can turn off plane 1 and 2 now just for a second. So using this front plane and that, I mean, if we wanted to kind of see what that would kind of create, we can kind of pull that, remember. You can kind of resize those just so they pull through, and you can kind of see the dotted line that's going to create our axis there for us. So create axis 2. So axis using my again 2 planes, front and that. Click OK. That's axis 2. And plane 4. Create plane 4 as an angle of 25 from plane 3 and about axis 2. So you see, there's an awful lot of kind of construction in this of these planes just to get to what we're actually looking for. So again, we're creating a plane. So plane 4 this time is going to be, what did I say it was, plane 3 and axis 2. That's at an angle. Let's flip the direction of it. Oh, sorry, it was the right way around, sorry. Yeah, so it is going down, isn't it? And it's an angle of 25, so 25. I think that's me. I think we're just going to use this as a cutting plane as well, as far as I'm aware. So click OK on that. And then we're going to use cut with surface again, this, and the arrow's going in the right direction for the cut, and we cut that. Now, I think we can kind of turn off some of these planes to get rid of the, just hide these planes on that. And then all rounds of radius 1 inch on all 4 corners. So fillet 1 inch and select my apply that. So that's that. And then this is for our whole wizard, we need to create another offset plane, plane 5 and plane 6. We need 2 of them. So we need another plane. So plane 5 is going to be offset from the top plane. So flip the direction, and this is only going to be 0.75 down. That's plane 5. And plane 6 then is offset from plane 2, or I think it's probably plane 1 we've got. So plane, I think it's plane 1, although the book kind of says plane 2. If you remember at the start, I kind of think I did the wrong one first. So it's offset on that, but they're all the same really. And this is offset again 0.5. It should be me. That's my plane 6. On that. And we're going to add a hole using an on-surface relation. Locate the center using the new planes, mirror the hole feature. So we're going to add a 7/16 diameter hole. So hole wizard. It's a plain hole. And it's probably inch. 7/16 through all, position, and just place it on that first. And I should be able to see if I can kind of do this. So if I just select the two planes and the point, see if I can get this to show you guys. Just a little intersection relation there. Now, that's tied up to the kind of corner there. I know it doesn't, I know your natural assumption is that that should be on the center of that, but for some reason that's where they want the hull. It's on that intersection between those planes. Is that kind of clear, guys, that it's on the intersection there? Can I do it again? That's a good question. I'll just kind of click OK to that and then just try and do a Control Z and really do the whole thing again. So whole wizard. Should be everything kind of sorted there from before. Just sorry, go through all again. Positions then. So pick somewhere on that for that. Remove that. So we're on that surface, if you like. And then it's a matter of holding Control then, selecting three planes, choosing my intersection on that. Again, because you see where that kind of looks off, it's because this is kind of squaring to the curve as opposed to this plane. I know that kind of threw me the first time I kind of seen that as well. If you see, it's kind of more, it's more in line with the surface, isn't it? Which is kind of, as opposed to like that intersection point was what we've kind of chosen. Had a little bit kind of, a little bit off there on that, but that's because it's kind of trying to kind of square itself off to the curve, which is the way it should be. So, I mean, that plane could probably do it being at a different angle, to be honest, but it is what it is. So click OK on that. And then I think it's just a mirror, is it then? So mirror. Put the right plane. Features to mirror is this whole. Yeah, we can hide a few of these planes, and that's us, I think. And that's my face shield. Done and done.